Well, good Friday morning. It is Valentine weekend, and there's no place more romantic on Valentine weekend than Coburg, because right there you got Farm Fancy, and I'm telling you guys, this is not a commercial for them, but they are our neighbors, so we plug them, and I know she watches my page really carefully, but we're at Blue Valley Bistro today. To talk a little bit, but I wanted to show you Farm Fancy is a great place to go and find gifts for your wife, woman in your life. They also have flowers. They just have the most unique little gifts that you can find, gentlemen, for your wife that you will. And if you're like me and you just need a little help, they'll help you figure out what you need, because that's what I need a lot. But we are at the Blue Valley Bistro in Coburg. And they are open, as is everybody else in Lane County. They have outside seating if you want to come out here and seat, and they'll turn on a heater for you. But it's also takeout, but you can come in and get your coffee, your pastries, and all your stuff like that. But Seth is going to be teaching a class, so I'm going to turn this around. So,
hey, Rick.
How you doing, Seth?
I'm good. Hey, can I take this off?
Yeah, you can take the mask off. You're fine. Right, cool. You're fine. So tell me, you're teaching a class for Rain, and I saw that online, and I was like going, dude, my man is like a teacher now, Professor Seth.
Oh my gosh, it's my secret hobby. I don't know. I got invited to do this class. Ariel with Rain Northwest asked me if I wanted to lead a workshop. I had presented to her once upon a time just some simple Excel tools that I've come across that helped me to judge the financial well-being of my business, and she thought that there's some merit in that it might help some of the other entrepreneurs and small business owners in this community. So I'm dusting off my chops. Yeah.
When is it?
It's Wednesday I think it's at noon. I'd have to look at my calendar. Or go to Facebook and look at the thing and actually sign up for it. That'd be the easiest way.
So you can sign up and they can just come on, and you're going to be just doing like a Zoom talk.
Yeah. I've been working for the last couple days feverishly on putting together a PowerPoint presentation, kind of highlighting some simple formulas and some understanding, kind of telling you what levers we have the opportunity to pull to identify how our businesses are doing and what we can do about it. It's going to be about 30 minutes, maybe 45 if I get to long-winded.
So tell people what you guys got going on here for the Honey for Your Honey and the fitness class.
So I got two promotions for Valentine's because I'm a romantic at heart. The first one, it actually came compliments of Coburg Fit Club. It's called Bar and Bubbles, and you can still sign up. There's a little bit of room left, but basically it's a 40-minute bar session in the morning. Those of you who don't know what bar is, it's kind of a mix between Pilates and ballet.
I'll tell you what, it's harder than hell. I mean, as a guy, I went in with a bunch of women in a class one time. I sweat. There was a puddle under me, and the women didn't sweat at all.
It's one of those things where, like, the next day you'd walk out and like, why are my legs killing me? I can't even walk. So Bar and Bubble. So you're going to go do 40 minutes of bar with Katie over at Coburg Fit Club, and then you're going to walk over to our place, and we're providing the complimentary mimosas. So it's $20, super cheap, flat rate. Should be a lot of fun and a great way to start your Valentine's morning, Sunday.
So it's Sunday morning then?
Sunday morning, yeah. And you can go online and sign up. There's still space, like I said. The other thing we're doing is we just called it our Honey for Your Honey promotion. And basically what that is I just have boxes upon boxes of local honey that we bought from our supplier. And I was like, hey, let's just, move this stuff. And so we're giving 20% off all honey. Which, if you don't know the benefits of local honey, it is something that everybody should be taking. A little bit of honey a day keeps the doctor away.
And this is all local, too.
Yeah. Bear Mountain Honey and Humble Bee Honey are the products that we carry. They're stationed out of Pleasant Hill, all throughout the Willamette Valley. Amazing stuff for helping with seasonal allergies. I know it's not the season, Rick, but here's the secret. You got to start taking the honey now, so when the flowers start to bloom, you don't get all stuffy and itchy-eyed.
Okay, come this way with me.
Right.
I want to ask Seth a couple of questions, but I want to get away from the traffic. Coburg is a busy little town.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of pedestrians in this town, which was what kind of drew us to the town to begin with.
So as a business guy, and you're teaching this class, what have you learned? What has the reaction to COVID taught you this year? You know what I mean?
The good and the bad. I have a lot of people, just a lot of customers, just your average Joes that want to support small businesses. they're as frustrated as us business owners are in the inability to have their place to get coffee in the morning, but they want to show their support. So they keep coming in, as inconvenient as it is for them, to get our stuff to go, keeping us in business, keeping us alive. That is what I've heard. That's the good. The bad, oh man. If you are not flexible in your business model, you're going to have a really hard time seeing the end of this. And I'm no exception. It hasn't been cakewalk. There's been moments where I've stared at my ceiling all night long trying to figure out solutions. But, we just keep moving forward and trying to, get it behind us.
You also probably have learned that people, I've been preaching this to everybody, it's community. You can't just feel sorry for people. You have to be active.
Well, yeah.
That's a big Coburg truck.
I said this very on, and I think actually I was talking to you.
Right.
I was like, hey, great. People want to show their support. I remember last year when this first happened, it's like I saw this major boom in my business, and I was like, well, this is cool, but it's also going to die off. I mean, this is it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So as a business owner, I am dependent on the long-term support of my customer base. So I need people to not just come out once, say, I'm going to buy this $50 gift card and show my support. I appreciate that. I'm very grateful, and did get me through like the darkest of days. But I also, just like everybody else, we need continued business. That's what our business model is based on.
Has this kind of brought you together? Because I see you and Garrett from Northwest Burger talking, and other like small bit. Because you guys, nobody knows your pain like you. Because the rest of us, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we often use each other as a sounding board. Hey, Garrett, how's it going? Are you surviving? Like, do I need? And and also I recognize. I recognize other small businesses. I know without even talking to them that they're struggling, particularly restaurants, because that's the industry I'm in, and we're all feeling the same pain. So it's like, if I know a good restaurant owned by good people, and I have a fan base that maybe they're sick of my soup or my paninis, hey, go get this fantastic burger from Northwest Burgers. Like, they rock, and they could really use some support right now. So it's a tight-knit community like that, and that's really, really cool.
So every 2 weeks, when it's the day that the governor's going to make the announcement on what happens in Lane County, are you on pins and needles?
No, I just tell me when it gets here. Like I'm sorry, and I have no. I'm gonna keep the politics out of this, Rick. But if we go back to mid-November when Kate Brown said this is going to be 2 week shutdown, I read right between those lines, and I don't mean that in any political sense.
Right.
I was like, well, this is going at least through the first of the year, and then we'll talk. Like, my own personal opinion is that we're going to be riding this wave, I figured, into the summer. I will be happy, and I will celebrate in one way or another if this summer I can allow people into my restaurant. I have very, very little hope that it will happen before that, and if it does, that'll just be a really cool blessing for that day.
So if you could get with a couple of restaurant owners and let's say that you got an audience with the governor.
Yeah.
What would you, after that truck goes by really loudly, what would you say to her?
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one. It's a good question, Rick, and this is why people like you. I'm a very double. I'm a Libra, so I see both sides of an argument. Our numbers indicate that Oregon is one of the safest places in the country in terms of COVID numbers. And that's really cool. And I will give that courtesy to our governing body. They've made decisions, whether we agree with them or not, that have gave us lower numbers than some of our other states. But that's come at the expense of our business. And that, that's the reality of it.
Right.
So if I did have that opportunity to sit down with Kate Brown as a restaurateur and saying, okay, listen, I'm like, you're killing us, like, honestly. And if it's for the benefit of the people, you're my elected officials, you're making those calls. But if you just want to know how it's doing on a business, we're hurting really bad. Really bad.
So maybe the conversation would be something like, okay, so we paid the price.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of tax breaks are we going to get?
Well, that would be
what kind of do we like business tax reductions or something like that? But we need something to make this work because we're fine. We paid the price and people lived.
Yeah.
But what it's really, it really did rest on your backs.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. The only people that I have more sympathy for than restaurateurs is students, and I'd say between the students not being able to be in person and get a quality education, because let's face it, how much are you learning if you're a first grader on Zoom? Zero.
Right.
Those in restaurants, I feel like there's been a burden put on our shoulders, and we're gonna fight because that's what we all do anyway, and we're gonna keep persevering and moving forward and kind of shifting stuff around and figuring out how to take from Peter to pay Paul, or whatever it takes to get through today to see tomorrow. And that's the nature of the type of person that wants to be their own boss and run their own business.
Right.
And
There's and once you work for yourself, you don't want to work for anybody else.
Well, no,
even after
I'd probably be fired within a week for sure.
So I'm going to throw, just for you so you don't get nasty notes, gym owners too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
just because
I guess that's a little selfish. I mean, there's
no. I'm just doing it because I don't want people. Hi.
And I know, I have a customer. She owns a salon as well as my in-laws. Yeah, my in-laws decided to retire. I mean, they're like, well, we're not doing with this, and we've seen, they've been in it 34 years. They were done. But like, what about the other younger entrepreneurs? This has affected a lot of industries in a lot of ways, and I don't mean to.
But I think even I think most people would say gyms and restaurants have really hit the rock bottom with this stuff.
We've been hit hard, and just open the Oregonian. All right, I mean, how many restaurants in Portland have closed in the last 12 months?
I saw that article.
Too many. Yeah.
So Seth, again, Blue Valley Bistro, you guys are open, got all kinds of stuff going on, both locations for Valentine.
Yeah, well, we're closed on Sundays in Cresswell, but you can always come up here to Coburg and get yourself or your sweetie a delicious treat. I've got a beautiful pastry case in there full of stuff that some of it we make in-house, some of it we're getting from Palace Bakery. It's delicious, and coffee is fantastic, but also be sure to pick up a jar of honey because I want to support my friends, and honey is good for you anyway.
Okay, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to go in and show them your pastries because they need to see.
And I got to warm up anyway. It's freezing out.
It's cold out here. So hold on. I'm going to turn this around. And again, you guys, I'm going to tell you, right after we finish our interview, Seth is headed over to Farm Fancy.
I got to buy my own Valentine's Day gift.
But don't tell Melissa. If any of you guys know Melissa, don't tell her. Okay, so here you go.
All right. So let me tell you what this stuff is, Rick. All right, so these scones right here, they're coming from Palace Bakery, awesome business, local too, that I want to support. They just do good stuff. We pick up from them several times a week, and
who makes those?
The pumpkin bread, that's a Suzanne special. She's been making that for longer than I've been alive. Really, really good. These coconut cream chocolate cookies, this is the first time we made this in-house, and I ate one for, oh my God, Rick, seriously, that's the best thing I think I've ever eaten. It was like a little bit of heaven in my mouth. The brownies, those are also super delicious. If you're a chocoholic like I am, it's the way to go. Down at the bottom, I have peanut butter stuffed cookies.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I was up here this morning and I was like, oh my God, this is.
So you guys, you stop in here in the morning on Valentine's Day, pick something up and take it home to your
and we'll have some more fresh stuff by Sunday too. It's not like this is just going to be sitting here for 3 days getting stale and old.
And if you guys want good coffee, this young man is a good barista.
Yeah, Parker, he knows his way around an espresso machine.
He knows his stuff. He knows how to make it, and they make espresso here. Just so you know, you have really cool hair.
Thank you.
Look at that. You guys, don't you think that's cool hair? I know. We kind of have I want to dye mine that color.
So a little bit about Parker here. He's a transplant from California.
We forgive you.
I'm happy to have him as part of the team.
He's a great guy.
Super killer. But he actually has his own aspiration stone, his own coffee shop someday.
Wow.
If I remember correctly, it's been a while since we had the conversation, but it has to do with coffee and floral. So I think it's a really cool concept. And
I am serious. He makes a hell of a cup of coffee. My wife loves. She sees him in here, and she's like, "Okay, he's there."
Yeah, he knows his way around in a machine. And so I'm really happy to have him as part of the team. And anything that he can learn while he's under my guys, more power to him down the road when he gets his own feet under him.
Rick, do you think Lane County will ever get to dine in? Well, let's hope. I think we will get back in, but let's,
Yeah, I'm curious about, so the next thing is in 2 weeks, right?
Right, every 2 weeks.
We were 27 cases away, and I do know the whole ordeal with all those cases being at U of O. we got to be close, right? I mean,
Right.
we got to be close.
And I think what you guys can do out there, honestly, is write the governor and write your legislator, your local representative and legislator, and be kind. Don't write a nasty note. Don't be angry. Just write a letter that says, I think we need to open up, and give them your reasons, but be nice. And because if you write something snarly, I don't.
Oh, it goes right in the garbage.
Right. When people write snarly things on my Facebook, it's gone. I
Yeah.
don't look at it. So that's the kind of the way you do things. And let them know your feelings. No, Rick, no dyeing your hair. Oh, okay. So you guys, I'm going to show you when normally this is like it's a little quaint little area, and they have little tables out here. But you can still come and sit outside because there are heaters out there, and you
Yeah.
can sit. And my wife and I have been doing that, and it's nice. And you guys are open till what?
We're open till 3 o'clock, 7 days a week.
Okay.
And
Go inside. Sorry, we had a little connection problem there. They do have a little window out here that you can go to order your food, to order your coffee. You can go right there. So again, they're open 8 to 3. It's Blue Valley Bistro. And again, they have a location in Cresswell as well. So either location will be doing both the Honey for Honey, and this Coburg location is where on Sunday you can do the bar class. And that's not a bar like learning how to make drinks. It's a bar class, and then come over here for a mimosa. All right, you guys, I'm Rick Dancer. This is Get Real with Rick Dancer. We want to thank Seth for sponsoring our show today and letting you know kind of some really cool things. Share that with other business people because he might have some stuff in mind for you. And we will be tonight at 4 o'clock. We will be live coming to you from Bonita, the Emporium. Crafters, makers, artisans, they're all out there selling their wares at the Elmira Grange. It's a super cool little place, and they have some super great things going on all weekend long for Valentine's Day. So we're going to go out there tonight, introduce you to some makers, and give you some gift ideas as well out there, and tell you what's going on for the weekend. All right, I will talk with you guys later. Have a great day.